Welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be looking at 28 high-protein food options
Okay.
that prove that meat isn't the only way to fuel up. I think this will be interesting.
Yeah.
It's amazing how diverse plant-based protein can be, and I bet we'll uncover some surprises along the way.
For sure.
What do you think? Ready to rethink your protein sources?
Absolutely. And the beauty of these plant-based protein options is they often come with a bonus of fiber, vitamins, and minerals.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not just about protein quantity, but the overall nutritional package.
Right, so you're getting kind of a double whammy there.
Yeah.
So where should we begin our protein exploration?
Well, let's kick things off with legumes,
Okay.
a familiar group, but one with hidden depths. Take lentils, for example. Did you know there's a whole rainbow of lentil varieties?
A rainbow of lentils, that's news to me. I usually just grab whatever's on sale.
Right. Well, each color brings something different to the table.
Uh-huh.
Red lentils, for instance, cook quickly and have a mild flavor. Perfect for Indian dolls.
Okay.
But if you want a lentil that holds its shape in a salad, green lentils are your best bet.
Oh, interesting.
They've got a lovely earthy note that pairs well with vinaigrette.
Okay, I'm already seeing how much I don't know about lentils. And I'm guessing chickpeas have some hidden talents too?
Oh, chickpeas are incredibly versatile.
Yeah.
We all love hummus, but think about crispy roasted chickpeas with smoky spices,
Oh, yeah.
or a vibrant chickpea salad with lemon and herbs.
Yeah.
You can even blend them into a creamy base for sauces.
Interesting.
It's fascinating how their neutral taste allows them to shine in so many different ways.
And what about black beans? Those are always in my pantry,
Mhm.
but I tend to stick to the same old recipes.
Black beans have a wonderful, robust flavor that can stand up to bold seasonings. Have you ever thought about using them in desserts, though?
Black beans in desserts, now that's a curveball.
You'd be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Black bean brownies are a thing, and they're surprisingly delicious. It's all about embracing the unexpected.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued. So we've covered some legume all-stars.
Yeah.
What other protein powerhouses should we explore?
Let's dive into the world of complete proteins,
Okay.
those that offer all 9 essential amino acids, just like meat. You might be surprised to learn that some unexpected contenders exist in the plant kingdom.
Complete proteins from plants. I'm all ears.
Quinoa is a popular example,
Mhm.
but it's more than just a green bowl staple. Did you know that it cooks in just 15 minutes, making it a lifesaver for quick weeknight meals?
I did not know that. That's good to know.
And beyond the classic salad, you can use quinoa in breakfast porridges as a stuffing for vegetables,
Mm.
or even as a base for veggie burgers.
Wow, that versatility is amazing. Are there any other plant-based complete proteins that might surprise us?
Hemp seeds are a nutritional powerhouse.
Okay.
They've got a subtle, nutty flavor that blends seamlessly into smoothies, yogurt, or sprinkled onto just about anything. You can even use them in baking for a protein boost.
That's a great tip. I'm always looking for ways to sneak more protein into my diet.
And then there's spirulina,
Okay.
a blue-green algae that's packed with protein, vitamins, and antioxidants. It's got a distinctive taste,
Yeah.
but there's a trick to incorporating it without overwhelming your palate.
I've heard about spirulina but haven't been brave enough to try it yet. What's the secret to making it palatable?
Think citrus.
Okay.
Spirulina's strong flavor blends surprisingly well with citrus fruits.
Oh, interesting.
Try adding a spoonful to a smoothie with orange or grapefruit juice, and you'll barely notice it's there.
Okay, that sounds like a manageable way to dip my toes into the world of spirulina. What other protein sources are on our list?
Let's talk about the soy family, tofu adamai and tempeh. Each one has a unique personality and offers a different culinary experience.
I'm familiar with tofu and edamame, but tempeh is a bit of a mystery to me.
So tofu is the chameleon of the soy world.
Okay.
It readily absorbs any flavor you throw at it, whether you're marinating it, grilling it, or baking it. But don't limit yourself to stir fries.
Oh, okay.
Have you considered grilling tofu for a smoky twist?
Mm.
Or adding baked tofu cubes to salads for extra texture?
Those are great ideas.
Yeah.
It's easy to get stuck in a tofu rut.
Yeah.
Okay, what about edamame?
Edamame, on the other hand, are baby soybeans,
Okay.
often enjoyed as a snack.
Right.
They're typically steamed in their pods and sprinkled with salt. But there's so much more you can do.
Oh, okay.
Experiment with chili lime seasoning,
Okay.
a sprinkle of garlic parmesan, or even a sweet and spicy sriracha glaze for a flavor adventure.
I love that. It's all about finding those little twists that elevate everyday ingredients.
Right.
What about tempeh?
Now, tempeh is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
It's made from fermented soybeans,
Okay.
which gives it a firm texture, nutty flavor, and a unique nutritional edge.
Fermented soybeans. Tell me more about this fermentation process and what it does for tempeh.
So fermentation is a natural process that uses beneficial bacteria to break down sugars,
Oh, okay.
creating probiotics in the process.
Okay.
These probiotics are great for your gut health, helping to maintain a healthy balance of bacteria in your digestive system.
Oh, that's great.
Plus, the fermentation process gives tempeh its distinctive earthy flavor and chewy texture.
So tempeh is a win-win, great for your gut and your taste buds.
Oh,
That's
right.
the best way to enjoy it.
Tempeh is often used in Indonesian cuisine, so exploring authentic recipes from that region is a great starting point.
Oh, cool.
You can also find it crumbled in stir fries,
Mhm.
grilled as a hearty veggie burger,
Yeah.
or baked with a flavorful marinade.
Okay, I'm adding tempeh to my grocery list for sure.
Awesome.
What other plant-based protein sources are we diving into today?
Let's move on to nuts and seeds, a category that often gets relegated to snacking,
Okay.
but has so much more to offer.
Nuts and seeds are definitely a staple in my snack rotation.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to hear about their potential beyond the trail mix.
Almonds, for example, are incredibly versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Think almond butter swirled into oatmeal,
Yeah.
blended into creamy sauces,
Okay.
or even used as a base for savory dips.
Interesting.
It's not just about spreading on toast.
And what about other nuts and seeds? Are there any hidden gems that deserve a spot on the dinner plate?
Pumpkin seeds or pepitas are a great example.
Okay.
Toast them with spices for a crunchy salad topper,
Yeah.
or blend them into a vibrant pesto
Oh, yeah.
for a nutty twist on a classic sauce.
I love pumpkin seeds, but I usually just eat them straight from the bag.
Oh.
I'm definitely going to try toasting them with spices.
Yeah, do it.
What about hazelnuts? They have such a unique flavor.
Hazelnuts are often associated with sweet treats,
Right.
but they can shine in savory dishes too.
Oh, okay.
Think toasted hazelnuts, adding a delightful crunch and earthy flavor to roasted vegetables,
Okay.
grain bowls,
Yeah.
or even pasta dishes.
Now, that's a combination I would have never thought of. It's amazing how much potential these nuts and seeds have beyond snacking.
I know, it's crazy.
So we've covered legumes, complete proteins, soy, and nuts and seeds. What other protein powerhouses are waiting in the wings?
We've got a few more surprises in store, including some dairy delights and a few unexpected additions.
Dairy delights. Sounds intriguing. I'm ready for more.
Let's start with a classic, Greek yogurt.
Okay.
This creamy, tangy treat packs a serious protein punch,
Yeah.
thanks to the straining process that removes much of the liquid whey,
Mm-hmm.
leaving behind a thicker, more concentrated yogurt with a higher protein content.
Greek yogurt is a staple in my fridge,
Yeah.
but I usually stick to the same old breakfast routine.
Yeah.
What are some other ways to enjoy its protein power?
Think beyond the breakfast bowl.
Okay.
Greek yogurt is a versatile ingredient for savory dishes, too.
Oh, okay.
You can use it as a base for dips and sauces,
Okay.
swap it in for sour cream or mayonnaise in recipes,
Yep.
or even use it as a marinade for chicken or fish.
Those are great ideas. It's easy to forget how versatile Greek yogurt can be.
I know, right?
And don't forget the probiotics. Greek yogurt is a good source of these beneficial bacteria that can contribute to a healthy gut.
Yes.
Probiotics are so important for overall health. Now, what about cottage cheese?
Yeah,
It seems to have fallen out of favor in recent years,
right.
but it's a protein-packed option that deserves a comeback.
A cottage cheese is definitely having a resurgence.
Okay, good.
It's a complete protein, low in fat and calories, and surprisingly versatile.
Okay.
You can blend it into smoothies for a protein boost,
Okay.
mix it with herbs and spices for a savory spread,
Yeah.
or even use it as a base for pancakes or waffles.
Okay. I'm willing to give cottage cheese another chance. What about some of those unexpected additions you mentioned?
Seitan is one that might pique your curiosity.
Seitan, okay.
It's made from wheat gluten,
Correct.
giving it a chewy, meat-like texture that's popular in vegetarian and vegan cooking.
I've heard of seitan, but haven't had a chance to try it yet. What's the best way to prepare it?
So seitan's like a blank canvas,
Okay.
readily absorbing flavors from marinades and sauces.
Okay.
You can find it pre-made at many grocery stores, or even make your own at home. Think of it as a plant-based protein that can be braised, stir-fried, or even grilled. The possibilities are endless.
I'm starting to see why you call it an unexpected addition. What other protein surprises do we have in store?
Let's talk about nutritional yeast.
Okay.
It might sound strange, but this deactivated yeast has a cheesy, nutty flavor
Yeah.
that's surprisingly addictive.
You know, I've always been curious about nutritional yeast, but never knew quite what to do with it. It's not something I typically see in recipes.
It's often used as a cheese substitute in vegan dishes.
Okay.
But even if you're not dairy-free, Nutritional yeast can add a delicious umami depth
Right.
to all sorts of meals. Think of it sprinkled on popcorn, stirred into pasta sauces,
Yeah.
or even mixed with breadcrumbs for a crispy coating on chicken or fish.
Okay, you've officially convinced me to give nutritional yeast a try. It sounds like a flavor game changer.
It is, and it's packed with B vitamins,
Oh, wow.
which are essential for energy production and overall health. So you're getting a flavor boost and a nutritional boost all in one.
All right, I'm ready for the next protein adventure. What else is on our list?
Now, let's uncover the hidden protein gems in the world of grains and seeds. You might be surprised at how much protein some of these often overlooked ingredients can pack.
I'm always up for discovering hidden nutritional gems. Bring on the grains and seeds.
This category often gets overlooked for protein,
Mm-hmm.
but you might be surprised at how much protein some of these grains and seeds pack. Let's start with buckwheat.
I know buckwheat as a gluten-free option often used for pancakes or soba noodles.
Yeah.
It does have a nice hearty texture. Is there more to it than that?
So buckwheat is actually a seed,
Okay.
but it's often prepared like a grain. It has a nutty flavor
Mm-hmm.
and that slightly chewy texture you mentioned, making it perfect for those pancakes and noodles. But it also works well in salads. It's a good source of protein and fiber,
Okay.
which can help keep you feeling full and satisfied.
That's good to know. So it's more versatile than I thought. What other grains or seeds are we looking at?
Next up, we have amaranth, an ancient grain that was a staple for the Aztecs. It has a slightly nutty and earthy flavor.
Amaranth. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen it at the grocery store, but haven't tried it yet. What would you recommend doing with it?
It's delicious in breakfast bowls as a side dish, or even as a base for veggie burgers.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a complete protein
Really?
and packed with nutrients like iron, magnesium, and fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just about protein, it's a nutritional powerhouse.
Wow, that's impressive. Okay, I'm adding amaranth to my list to try. What's next?
Now let's talk about teff,
Oh,
another ancient grain that hails from Ethiopia. It's the tiniest grain in the world.
the tiniest grain in the world.
I know it's crazy, right?
That's fascinating. What does it taste like and how is it usually used?
But don't let its size fool you.
Okay.
Teff is a nutritional powerhouse, offering a complete protein profile,
Wow.
along with a wealth of fiber, iron, and calcium.
That's incredible for such a tiny grain.
It is. Teff has a slightly sweet, nutty flavor.
Okay.
It's used in porridge, pancakes, and bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the key ingredient in injera, a
Injera.
spongy flatbread that's a staple in Ethiopian cuisine.
That sounds delicious. I'd love to try injera sometime. Are there any other grains on our protein adventure today?
Next on our grain parade, farro.
Okay.
This ancient grain has a chewy texture and a nutty flavor.
Farro. I'm familiar with that one. It's great in salads.
Yeah, it ain't.
What are some other ways to enjoy it?
That's similar to barley.
Oh, okay.
It's a good source of protein and fiber,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also rich in iron and magnesium.
Okay.
Farro is quite versatile.
Yeah.
It works beautifully in soups and stews,
Okay.
and it makes a great side dish. You can even use it to make a hearty breakfast porridge.
Oh, cool.
If you want to enhance its nutty flavor, try toasting it before cooking.
Good tip.
Mm.
Okay, now for a grain that everyone knows, barley. What's its protein profile like?
Barley is a versatile grain
Yeah.
with a chewy texture and a slightly nutty flavor. It's a good source of protein and fiber,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also rich in beta-glucan,
Okay.
a type of soluble fiber that's been shown to help lower cholesterol levels.
I knew barley was good for you, but I didn't realize it had so much protein. So it's not just for soups and stews.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
While it's commonly used in soups and stews, you can also add it to salads or use it as a base for grain bowls.
Oh, interesting.
And of course, we can't forget about the breakfast superstar, oats.
Oats are a classic for a reason. Everyone knows oatmeal, but what are some other interesting ways to get our oat fix and that protein boost?
Oats are a true breakfast hero. They're creamy, heart-healthy,
Yeah.
and a good source of protein and fiber.
Okay.
For a change from your usual bowl of oatmeal, try overnight oats or baked oatmeal. They make for a delicious and convenient breakfast.
Those are great ideas. I've been wanting to try overnight oats.
Hmm.
What other grains and seeds are left on our list?
We have millet,
Okay.
a gluten-free grain with a mild, slightly sweet flavor and a fluffy texture. It's a good source of protein and fiber,
Okay.
and it's also rich in magnesium and phosphorus.
Millet, that's another one I haven't experimented with much. How is it best used?
Millet is quite versatile. It's often used in porridge,
Okay.
but it can also be added to salads,
Mm-hmm.
soups, and stews.
Oh, okay.
It's even delicious as a side dish cooked simply with a little butter or oil.
Simple and delicious. I like it. What's
And
the last grain or seed on our list?
last but certainly not least, we have peas.
Yes, peas.
They might seem like a humble vegetable. I
Jeez.
know, right?
I never would have thought of them as a significant source of protein. I guess we do tend to overlook the simple things sometimes.
It's easy to do, but they're actually a surprisingly good source of protein.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Peas are also packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals.
Mm-hmm.
They're delicious fresh, frozen, or canned,
Yeah.
and can be added to soups, stews, salads, and stir-fries. And don't forget the classic pairing of peas and mint.
Oh, right, yeah.
They add a fresh, bright taste to any dish.
You've given me a whole new perspective on peas.
Good. I'm glad.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of plant-based protein sources today, from familiar legumes to surprising grains and seeds.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, is there anything we've missed?
There is one more category we should touch upon.
Okay.
It's a bit more unconventional,
Oh.
but it has the potential to be a sustainable and nutritious protein source for the future.
Unconventional. Now I'm really curious. What is it?
We're going to talk about insects.
Insects.
Really?
Like crickets and grasshoppers.
You heard that right.
Wow, okay.
Edible insects are a surprisingly sustainable and nutritious source of protein.
Okay.
They're consumed regularly in many cultures around the world.
I've heard about this, but I have to admit it's a little outside my comfort zone. I'm all for exploring plant-based protein, but insects. I'm not sure I'm ready to add crickets to my grocery list. What are the benefits of considering insects as a protein source?
I understand your hesitation,
Yeah.
but they're a highly efficient source of protein,
Okay.
requiring far less land, water, and feed than traditional livestock. This makes them a more environmentally friendly option, especially considering the growing concerns about the impact of meat production on our planet.
That makes sense. The environmental impact of our food choices is definitely something to think about. But what about the taste? And the ick factor.
I get it, it's definitely a mental hurdle for many people,
Right.
but the truth is, insects can be quite delicious. They often have a nutty or earthy flavor
Okay.
and can be prepared in a variety of ways to make them more appealing.
Okay. You're starting to pique my curiosity. What are some common ways to prepare insects?
You can find them roasted, ground into flour, or even incorporated into protein bars and snacks. Cricket flour, for example, is becoming increasingly popular as a high-protein, gluten-free alternative to traditional wheat flour. You
Interesting.
could be eating cricket flour brownies without even knowing.
Cricket flour brownies. Okay, that's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. I'm not sure I'm ready to make the leap to whole insects just yet, but cricket flour might be a good stepping stone.
It's all about taking it at your own pace.
Yeah.
The important thing is to be open to exploring new possibilities,
Right.
especially when it comes to sustainable and nutritious food choices.
You're right. We've covered so much ground today, from legumes and ancient grains to soy products and even edible insects. It's incredible how many options there are for getting protein beyond meat.
I know, it's a lot.
As we wrap up our deep dive into this fascinating world,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways you want our listeners to remember?
I think the biggest takeaway is that
Yeah.
the world of protein is so much bigger
Right.
than we ever imagined.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. We've got legumes, ancient grains, soy products, nuts, seeds, and even insects.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's really incredible how diverse and delicious these options can be.
Yeah, and it really challenges that notion that meat is the only way to get enough protein.
Right.
We've seen that plant-based protein sources can not only meet our protein needs, but they also offer a wealth of other nutrients and can be more sustainable for the planet.
That's a great point. It's not just about the protein itself, but
Right.
the whole package that comes with it. Speaking of which, we've talked about a lot of individual protein sources.
Yeah.
But how do we actually put this knowledge into practice? How can we make sure we're getting enough protein throughout the day, especially if we're not relying on meat?
It's all about balance and variety. Instead of focusing on one or two protein sources,
Yeah.
try incorporating a mix of different options throughout the day.
Okay.
Your meals and snacks become opportunities to explore different flavors and textures.
That makes sense. Can you give us some examples of how to do that?
Absolutely. You could start your day with a bowl of oatmeal topped with hemp seeds and berries.
Okay.
For lunch, you could have a lentil soup or a salad with quinoa and chickpeas. And for dinner, you could enjoy a tofu stir-fry or a tempeh Buddha bowl with a variety of colorful vegetables.
Those sound like delicious and satisfying meals. And snacks are a great way to sneak in extra protein too, right?
Exactly. A handful of almonds, A container of Greek yogurt or even a hard-boiled egg can help tide you over between meals and keep your energy levels stable. It's all about finding those little protein boosts throughout the day.
I love that. It's not about overhauling your entire diet overnight, but making small, sustainable changes that add up over time. And it sounds like getting enough protein on a plant-based diet is totally doable.
Absolutely. It just requires a little planning and a willingness to try new things. Don't be afraid to experiment in the kitchen and discover what works best for you.
That's great advice. Now, let's say I'm trying to build muscle or recover after a workout. Are there any specific protein sources that are particularly beneficial for those goals?
When it comes to muscle building and recovery, complete proteins are especially important because they provide all 9 essential amino acids that your body needs to repair and rebuild muscle tissue.
Right.
We've already talked about quinoa, hemp seeds, and spirulina as great examples of complete proteins from plant sources. But there are others to consider as well.
Like soy-based proteins.
Yes. Tofu and tempeh are not only complete proteins, but they're also good sources of leucine,
Mm-hmm.
an amino acid that plays a key role in muscle protein synthesis.
So those would be good choices post-workout?
They certainly can be. And there's ongoing research into the potential benefits of other plant-based protein sources for muscle building and recovery. It's an exciting area of study.
It sounds like there's still so much to learn about the power of plant-based protein, but I have to ask, are there any potential downsides to focusing on plant-based protein sources? Are there any nutrients that I might be missing out on if I'm not eating meat?
That's a valid concern. While plant-based diets can be incredibly healthy and nutritious,
Yeah.
there are a few nutrients that you might need to pay extra attention to. Iron, for example,
Okay.
is more readily absorbed from animal sources. So if you're not eating meat, it's important to include plenty of iron-rich plant foods in your diet.
Like what kinds of foods?
Lentils, spinach, tofu, and fortified cereals are all good sources of iron.
Okay.
And here's a helpful tip. You can enhance iron absorption by pairing iron-rich foods with vitamin C-rich foods, like citrus fruits or bell peppers.
That's good to know. What about other nutrients? Anything else I should be aware of?
Vitamin B12 is another nutrient that's primarily found in animal products.
Mhm.
If you're following a vegan diet, it's important to supplement with vitamin B12 or consume fortified foods to avoid deficiency. A simple blood test can help determine if your levels are adequate.
So it sounds like as long as I'm mindful of a few key nutrients and make informed choices, I can enjoy a healthy and delicious diet that focuses on plant-based protein sources.
Exactly. And remember, variety is key. The more diverse your diet is,
Right.
the more likely you are to get all the nutrients you need. It's like creating a vibrant tapestry of flavors and textures, all while nourishing your body.
I love that analogy. It perfectly captures the essence of what we've explored today. So for all the listeners out there who are feeling inspired to embrace more plant-based protein, what's our final takeaway?
I think the most important message is that it's not about being perfect. It's about making gradual, sustainable changes that work for your lifestyle and your preferences. Every step you take towards a more plant-based diet is a step in the right direction.
Well said. So, dear listener, what are you waiting for? Get out there and embrace the wonderful world of plant-based protein. There's a whole universe of delicious and nutritious possibilities waiting to be discovered.
Until next time, keep diving deep.